Okay, so here we are talking about the team preps and team building for the uh, quarterfinals for the Not So Casual Pokemon League. I'm here with 8 other contestants trying to make our way into semifinals. And my opponent is Haunt right here. So, real quick reintroduction to my team. We've got Golden Go, Tinglu, Toxapex, kind of defensive core, a lot of recovery, a lot of hazards, the hazard blocking with Dango, Zoroark to kind of throw a wrench on things, get some cheeky KOs when pretending to be a different Pokemon. Zarude is, I think, arguably the best Terra Captain. Maybe it's Moltres Galar, I don't know. Um, then some Weezing is another defensive piece, and then, you got some various offensive threats. So, as for what Haunt has, his team is downright terrifying. We've got Gouging Fire, who honestly I think should be banned, but is sitting here threatening a sweep every single game. And is also just crazy bulky. Mega Caesar is just, it's just a very good Pokemon. Anything that doesn't have a fire move basically can't beat it. Tinglu, so there's a mirror there, super bulky, great Pokemon, good hazard setter. I think Weezing is a very good answer to it, but it's there. Zapdos, who is just incredibly reliable, super defensive, checks a lot of things. We're going to have to figure out a way around that. And then Primarina, who with Calm Mind rips open my whole defensive core, because Water, Fairy, Psychic plus Calm Mind, I would be shocked if it runs anything besides both stabs plus Psychic, and then either like Specs, Flip Turn, or Calm Mind or something every single game. It's just way too good against my team. Jolteon's pretty good. Could see Roserade, could see Rhydon. Really anything, I'm expecting the top 5, and then anything below here I could see coming. Really, yeah, any of these I could see. Probably not Frostlass, but any other ones definitely have a niche. But yeah, so that's the team. Very terrifying. Honestly, a pretty bad matchup in my opinion, but we're going to try to make the best of it, see if we can keep kicking through playoffs. And also, just for a quick reminder, for playoffs, it's best of 3, but you have to bring the same 6 Pokemon, but can change the sets, items, EVs, etc. So we're going to be ready for some on-the-fly adjustments. So, as for the team I brought, let's move this a little bit so you can still see Haunt's team. So, Tinglu is kind of an auto-include. It's just incredibly good. It's good for Zapdos. It's good for goodish for Gouging Fire. I guess it's a mirror for Ting. It can take one Prima hit if it needs to. It's good versus Jolteon. If Jolteon comes and is a problem, and there's like a little kind of less physical offense, I'll probably switch to a Spadef Gouging Fire. But for the first game, I'm really scared of Gouging Fire. Sorry, I'll Spadef Tinglu, because the first game I'm really scared of Gouging Fire and want to answer that. Whirlwind lets me switch it out. Ruination knocks Zapdos on the switch. Rocks are just good. Earthquake's just good. Zoroark I have here. Trick I like because I can put Specs on Tinglu or Gouging Fire potentially, which cripples them a fair bit. Hex is good if I've got everything poisoned. I can just let loose with it. Shadow Ball is my main spamming ability, and then Flamethrower just hits Caesar. I don't have anything to hit Tinglu, but honestly, even if I put in a normal move, it wouldn't do that much. Like, Grass Knot's okay-ish. But I think Hex is more valuable, and I plan on whittling down Tinglu in other ways. Toxapex, again, Fizz-Def, so I can haze on Gouging Fire, so I can take Tinglu Earthquakes uninvested, so I can tank Caesar. I'm kind of just using it to check the big 3. And yeah, it's just there. Haze, Toxic, I'll recover. If Primarina only is running stabs, then Pex is a pretty good answer, but if it's running Psychic, I don't think Special Defense Pex is even going to save me, so here's what I got. And yeah, the plan is just spam Toxic and then Scald the Caesar. Weezing Galar, I have as just something that can switch into Ting over and over, click Defog, spam Toxic on whatever comes in, and if I think a Caesar's coming in, I have Fire Blast, so weirdly, offensively, it's very good. Haunt's team doesn't really like Toxic, so I got that. And then we got a very funny Goldango set here. First 3 moves, pretty standard. T-Wave, Shadow Ball, Recover. I don't think I can really beat Tinglu with Make It Rain. It doesn't do enough damage, Focus Blast doesn't do enough, and misses. So I'm thinking I'm going to trick a Toxic Orb on it, because Goldango usually doesn't get Toxic, being a Gen 9 Pokemon. that isn't poison type. But with Trick, we can put a Toxic Orb on Ting Lu, and what's nice about that is that even if it's Rest, even if it's gonna get a heal ball from Licky Licky, it just gets re-poisoned every time it comes in. And the thing is, Goldingo usually baits Ting Lu, because Ting Lu can just eat its hits forever, and it's also the only Ghost Resist besides Licky Licky, and if Licky Licky comes and we put a Toxic Orb on it, then no amount of heal bells are saving it either, so I think this is a pretty cool set. We'll see if it actually pays off. I'm running Spadef just because I kind of want some Zapdos Prima switch in. We'll see how well it works. And then Zarude is a pretty standard sweeper Zarude. Just stabs, bulk up, jungle healing, and then Terra Electric, because that lets me set up on most things. With 2 bulk ups, uninvested Ting Lu can't break me with Earthquakes. But it could have Whirlwind, so we probably just can go for Power Whip just to do some damage. But yeah, I think this set's really gonna cook. Really can cook for hot. It is honestly my kind of saving grace, because otherwise I feel pretty bad about this matchup. But good old Broken Zarude here to try to help. As for Game 2-3 adjustments, I could put Destiny Bond on Weezing. I don't really know what I'd take off. Maybe Sludge Bomb. I don't know. Still figuring it out. If Haunt really leads into setup, I could put Clear Smog on here. Goldango, I could see putting Make It Rain on, kind of depending how the game goes, or I could see slotting in Grass Knot. I don't think this will happen, but there is a chance Mega Scizor doesn't come, because I do have a fair bit of fire moves on my team as a whole. So if Mega Scizor doesn't come, obviously I can drop Flamethrower for something else. I'm also considering Sash Zoroark. It's another set I might run, depending on how the game shakes out. Yeah. If Frostlass comes, I need to max speed Zoroark, because it's a speed tie. I'm just kind of banking on it not coming. And yeah, that's the team. I could switch Ting Lu to Spadef instead of defense, but yeah, this is a hell of a matchup. To be quite honest, I am pretty scared of it, but I'm going to try my best and see how it goes. See you when the game happens.